What up, world? I go by Norm Base for those who don't know. I want to do a quick recap on the Ether event from last night, which was Cassidy's return to battle rap versus Dizaster. Uh, we're gonna get to that. That was the last battle of the night. I'm gonna try to run through all the undercard battles of the night, and pretty much when I started watching it, I think I might have missed the first battle, but when I came in, it was Danny Myers versus Heartless. Uh, I got Danny Myers 3-0, man. I'm not even gonna hold you up. Danny Myers 3-0. Heartless had bought like, you know what I mean? You're never gonna question if Heartless is gonna come to the battle with bars. Like, I mess with Heartless. Heartless bars is hard. You know what I mean? It's still a energy and delivery, and it's an energy and delivery thing. Like, he needs to somehow, I mean, just bring a little more energy, a little more attitude, and say it. I mean, try to say it like you mean it. Like, his voice is kind of, there's nothing you can really do about your voice, man. I had that problem too. Like, there's nothing, you can't really change your voice. So you can try to be a little more energetic, and like I said, a little more aggressive, and I mean, figure out how to, your body language. You know what I mean? You got to kind of speak with your body sometimes. Pause. But that's the only like downfall with like Heartless and Conceited. Like, bar for bar is, I don't think there's many, probably nobody, to be real, that can just flat out just gonna outbar them. Nah, it's either you gonna like, it's gonna be a debatable, you're gonna tie bar for bar, or you're gonna lose. Like, that's how it is if you're just judging by bars. But once you have people like Danny Myers, and then you have Conceited battle Big K that night. Once you have these type of people who have bars too, and are aggressive, and have a certain feel, it starts to add up in their favor. So, I mean, in both cases, Conceited and Heartless, that was the problem in both cases. So, Big K and Danny Myers both, to me, clearly got, you know what I mean, they won 3-0 in my eyes. You're going to see a lot of this throughout the night. 3-0s, body bags, it's pretty much the whole event, man. They should have called this they should have called this card half-ass, because pretty much that's what it was. Like, one of the opponents wasn't showing up and the other one was. Like, you know what I mean? It was half-ass basically. So, not to say that Heartless and Conceited, they wasn't ass, but you know what I mean? I think they pretty much lost 3-0 clearly. On camera it may look different, you know what I mean? If you just hear it a couple times, you start to listen more to the bars. But 3-0 on first sight. Rum Nitty, and we're gonna call him Nobody, because I don't really know who that was. You know what I mean? I understand you want to give people opportunities. That wasn't the moment for it. Like, Rum Nitty clearly beat this person he was battling. I really forgot his name. I'm not trying to play him or nothing, but I guess his name really didn't matter. I think Rum Nitty wasted bars. Like, they gave him a pretty much, he's under the proving grounds. Like, you gotta do proving grounds to get to the proving grounds. You know what I mean? He's one of those. So it's like, why? You know what I mean? To me, he just wasted 3 rounds. Like, Rum Nitty, like, Rum Nitty nice, man. He did his thing all 3, man. 3-0. Body. Nah, that was a body. Like, matter of fact, not just a clear 3-0. That was a body bag. Next battle, we ain't gotta waste time on that. Next battle, I'm not even sure. It could have been the Big T battle. Big T battled Active. Like I said, again, 3-0. Big T he's been. It used to be like my top battler, to be real with you. We both fat niggas with bars, so I kind of show favoritism towards Big T. His last like 10 battles was ass though. Like ever after the Surf, I don't know what happened. No, no, he battled Clips after Surf, right? Yeah, I think he battled ever after Clips. He kind of started going downhill. I think he beat Clips, by the way. Quick plug. But after that, he been dookie. You feel me? Like it is what it is. Like he just fell off. But this was the Big T that we was used to. You know what I mean? He came with it all 3 rounds, bars, wordplay. He did him. Like he had the presence. Everything was there. I don't know what changed, but hopefully he stays this way. He did his motherfucking thing. I can't front. Active's good. You know what I mean? Like he's good. You know what I mean? Like he has good bars. He has an ill stage presence about him. You know what I mean? His delivery, his voice is all there. It's just he probably needs to work on the bars a bit more so they can hit harder. That's the only thing I feel probably he is lacking. But other than that, he did his thing all 3 rounds too. But Big T was just a little too much for him. It was nothing. That Big T, I mean, was a hard Big T to beat. So Active can't even feel bad. And you know what I mean? He did his thing. So, but 3-0 clearly Big T. Who else? I think after this battle they had a random performance for some reason. Like it was just some girl rapping. I think a girl and a dude, like 2 nobodies rapping, and the girl really didn't know the song. Like she's up there mumbling and stumbling over rhymes and not saying, like, how you come to a performance and you don't know this. It's one thing choking in a battle and you might have just lost train of thought, but this is a song like you're supposed to have that you've been, you know what I mean, should have been memorized prior to just coming to the fucking show. Like, and they try to say after the performance, like, oh, we just did the song last night. Come on, man. I don't know why they was on the card. I thought from seeing that performance there would be more performances. I thought wrong, man. So I don't understand why that was even on the. Anyway, next battle we had. I want to say, Real Deal Ilmac. I'm be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Ilmac at all. Well, I respect his pen game. Let me say this: I respect what he writes. You know what I mean? He's actually wordplay, lyrical. You know what I mean? Some punches and all that. What he writes is ill. You know what I mean? It's just maybe it's his delivery, maybe it's his voice, maybe it's how he looks. I don't know, but it just don't. I don't know. I don't feel him like that. You know what I mean? Like it could be like, yeah, that was a hot rhyme, but it just don't excite me. Real Deal, I like Real Deal. You know what I mean? The battles I seen from him, he did his thing. So, you know what I mean? Going in, I'm like, Real Deal should win this. I was wrong again, man. Like, Real Deal, I don't know what he was doing. It wasn't it. I just wasn't feeling it. Like, he was almost storytelling, and it's like, oh, get to the fucking point already, man. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, I don't know. He just kept going. Like, it seemed like a story, and it just wasn't it, man. Sometimes angles and approaches can hurt you. Like, you just pick the wrong approach, and you done for. Ilmac, yo, he came with it, man. Shout out to Ilmac. 3 rounds, all 3 rounds was fire. Like, I can't front. Like, all 3 rounds was fire. So that was a clear. It could have been a body. I'm leaning towards body. I want to say clear win, but I'm leaning towards body. I really believe Ilmac bodied real deal, man. I'm gonna go with a body on that one. Next we had, it may have been Arsenal. Arsenal versus Thesaurus. Thesaurus is ass, man. I'm not even gonna stunt. Like, I don't like Thesaurus at all. He's just not my cup of tea whatsoever. A lot of people like give him credit for being ill. I'm not understanding what battles he was ill in. The ones I seen, it just wasn't it. He did okay versus Big K, but tonight wasn't those okay nights. It just was all pretty much doodle to me. Arsenal 3-0, clearly, you know what I mean? He did his motherfucking thing. He been coming with bars lately, aggression, you know what I mean? The wordplay. Like, Arsenal is really hard to beat right now. On his A game, he's hard to beat. So that's a clear 3-0, man. Next we had I think Bonnie the Godiva didn't show up, so they had official just spit like one of her rounds she was gonna spit at Bonnie, and I like official, but that was pretty much garbage, waste of time. Maybe it might have sounded better, I mean, in front of Bonnie, but just randomly, like, that was a waste of time. She should have held those rounds and they could have did it another day. We're going to go to Serious Jones Daylight. Battle of the night. The only real back and forth battle where both people did. But matter of fact, Cassidy and Dizaster was a good back and forth. They both went back and forth. I don't want to say good back and forth, but they both went back and forth. You'll get that next. Daylight did his motherfucking thing. It was well, he had a little gimmick at the end of the third, but it wasn't like something where you don't want to watch type of gimmick. I think I don't really like Serious Jones, but Serious Jones did his motherfucking thing tonight. I mean, I can't front. Like, Serious Jones did his thing. Round one, I think Daylight is a little, I guess, too lyrical for the crowd. You know what I mean? The way he raps sometimes, he like says it back to back kind of fast, and I don't think everybody was like really catching it. But I caught it, you know what I mean? I'm me though. But he did his thing. Like, Daylight, that first round was ill to me. Serious Jones did his thing though. You know what I mean? I probably, from what I remember, I think I gave Daylight the first round. You know what I mean? Serious Jones probably got the second. Daylight did his thing. They both did their thing all 3 rounds. Serious Jones probably got the second, and I'm leaning towards Serious in the third too. So I want to say Serious 2-1. From what I remember, I got to see it again. It could, you know what I mean? It may change once I watch it again, but right now I'm leaning towards Serious 2-1. Battle of the night. Well, not battle of the night, but what the fans been waiting for. Cassidy's return, right? I don't know where to start, man. To be honest with you, I expected Cassidy to do what Cassidy does. Like, for some reason, in people's minds, I think they expected this god of battle of bars or something. Like, I don't know, man. Back in the day, it was ill. You know what I mean? 2001, because you really didn't have stuff to compare to. You know what I mean? Now you got all these. You got B Magic. You got Chiller. You got all these complex bar niggas. So now you get to really see. It's like they have, I mean, different degrees. There's different levels to everything. So for those who never seen, like, they have you could be a black belt, but there's higher levels to black belt. You know what I mean? Like a 2nd degree, 3rd degree. Like, there's different levels. So, like, yeah, he was nice back in the day, But if you never heard different rappers, you can't really grasp what punchlines are supposed to be, or you know what I mean, what different levels there are. So everybody's mind is still thinking he was so nice then, he was gonna be crazy now. No. You know what I mean? And now people is, oh, Cassidy fell off. He didn't fall off, he just stayed exactly the same. You know what I mean? Like, once you could have made it to a black belt back in the day and just stopped fighting for whatever reason. Like, you're still a black belt, but people in your class or whatever came after you may have continued to learn more, you know what I mean, fighting skills, and got better. And you just stayed the same. So now it seems like you fell off when you actually didn't. He just stayed exactly the same. I think he did good. Like, he came in on a good note. You feel me? Then towards the second half of the round, he just started going off in a bad way. Like, he just started falling off, dying out. The bars was just getting more basic and cornier as he was going. Like, if he would have cut that round in half, because he already was up there for a good, 10 minutes, 15 minutes it seemed like. So if he would have stopped at the 5 minute mark, which was the time, it would have, he would have left on a good note. Like, oh, that was a decent Cassidy joint. You know what I mean? He did the scheming, what people do now. He did the little name flips with he did a Charlie Clips name flip, then said something about splatter your DNA all over the crowd. You know what I mean? I liked his Dumbo. He did some elephant punchline, like something get aired out, like big ears. Something it was an ill line, but then he continued and said long nose like an elephant. Like, that's what messed up that bar. But the first part was hard, and then he went back into some, this is what we said in high school shit. And then he was spitting too slow. Like, if you have kind of basic bars, you can pull it off if you're a little more rapid, like a B Magic. I mean, he comes back to back. Big K, it's just back to back. So even if they might have a slight bar that was a little simple, you don't have time to pick up on it, because it's another bar right after that. Bam, 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 bam. Cassidy was spitting too slow, and he was giving it too much time for people to realize that shit wasn't hot. Yo. You know what I mean? Like, you're giving people too much time to sit and think, like, ew, that shit was actually whack. Yeah, so if he would have just said it a little more consistent and back to back, I think that would have at least made it seem better too. So that was the only problems. Like, he went too long and he started dying out, and he spit too slow. Alright, now it's Dizaster's turn, round one. Dizaster, like, being that Cassidy ended trash, Dizaster should have picked up the ball and just scraped him that round. Dizaster came with some corny, Dizaster's round was corny, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of stuff he was saying just wasn't it. You know what I mean? Like, you do this, you're an active battler, you considered one of the top probably 5 in a lot of people's books, not in mine, but a lot of people's books, and you just didn't do what you were supposed to do. Almost like Hollow Joe Buttons. Like, Joe Buttons had some decent rounds, but Hollow was supposed to kill him. You know what I mean? Like, that was a decent round from Cassidy. Dizaster was supposed to flame that round though, but he didn't do it. So that's why I said it was a back and forth, because it was a back and forth ass. Like, I don't know which one was more ass. You feel me? Like, I want to say Cassidy's first half was better than Dizaster's round. And I'm only saying round because what happened? The battle got shut down, and they didn't even get to finish it. They're actually supposed to battle today at 2 o'clock. It is 2:51 now. I'm in New York, so on their time it's I don't know, 11:51 I guess. So at 5 here, I'll be watching on live stream. Hopefully Cassidy don't rhyme as slow and just go straight in the next 2 rounds. I'm not sure if they're gonna do round 1 over, but we'll see. I'll give you a recap on that too. But that's my recap, man. I'm out of here, man. Half-ass event yesterday, B.
No losses, all wins, it's a breeze here. Hip-hop's my earth, so I had to plant my seeds there. Either branch out or leave. You see the tree there, think I'm horse playing around, but can't weave here. Every punch I landmine, I'm in the war zone. Was built off boxing money, like Floyd's home. If your word's easy to break, like your jawbone, my penalty, you'll push them backyards as a dog home. It ain't free to lay your bars, you need chips here. Neglectful parents, they ain't trying to give the kid care. That's why I ride my own wave and I switch gears. Fashion show on my trunk like what? You wanna swim where?